Good evening and afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Evil Spirit. Welcome back to the Vulture Culture Podcast, the only podcast where you could basically destroy an entire series that you love with just the third part of it. I am joined by my two constituents, whatever. I can't talk. Oh my God, Sir and RoxyReviews. Hello, guys.
Damn, I thought we got past the Crash
Oh,
Bandicoot episode where you kept calling him Sir.
Um,
Sorry, where you kept calling him Guy.
Yeah, see,
Now
see,
I'm doing
see,
it.
see. This
I
is
got
all that. This is
infected.
this is what comes
This is
full
Caroline's
circles. And
fault.
yeah, true. How are you two doing this fine afternoon?
it could be better.
Gosh. What
Yeah,
about you, Roxy?
well,
Yeah,
for,
and we would be better if we didn't watch this movie.
Yeah. Um.
for the record, this is like the only season 3 episode we decided to record out of order.
Which, by the way,
Well, actually,
is
never say
half.
never. We might do that with more later
No,
No,
down the road.
no. See, and also another thing is it's only partially out of order because we're doing two movies. Which is the first movie that we are covering um, is titled
X-Men 3: Last Stand.
X Men. Oh shit! X Men: The Last Stand, also marketed as X3: The Last Stand or X Men 3, is a 2006 superhero film based on the Marvel Comics X Men. Published by Marvel Entertainment Group, it is a sequel to X2 and the third installment in the X-Men film series, as well as the final film of the original X-Men trilogy. It was directed by Ratner. Sorry. It features an ensemble
God, could you
cast
imagine
including
if it
Hugh
was
Jackman,
just a
Haley
trilogy and there
Berry.
were no other X-Men movies after this?
Oh God. Haley Berry, Ian McKellen, Jessen, Anna Pinkwin, Kelsey Grammer, James Marsden, Rebecca Roman, Sean Ashmore, Aaron Stanford, Vinnie Jones, and Patrick Stewart. Written by Simon Kinberg and Zach Penn. The film is loosely based on two X-Men comic books story arcs, Gifted in the Dark Phoenix Saga, with a plot that revolves around a mutant cure that causes serious repercussions among mutants and humans on the resurrection of Jean Grey, who unleashes a dark force. So, that is the plot synopsis. Um, and I want to start with how did we come to watch this movie? And if you guys don't mind, I kind of want to kick this one off because, oh God, this movie.
I think we should save you for last,
Oh, okay.
based on that.
Well, go ahead. We'll start with you, sir. How did you come to watch this movie? Or have you seen it
It's for
beforehand? Whatever. Sorry.
no, this is the first time watching it. Closest I've gotten though was like you heard of this show Assist Me. It's like
Assist me?
basically that there's the joke on that show where Doctor Doom turns on the TV for Jeannie's like, "Ooh, I bet you're a nice movie star," as a way to mock her, and it shows the clip of her dying in this movie.
uh,
This is my first
Man,
time watching it in full.
yeah. Well, okay. Roxy, what about you?
I'm mad.
Well, how did you come to watch it? Like, Did you watch it at out? Did you watch it at all before I told you to, or like seen anything
No,
of it?
no. I mean, like, okay, evident, like, and no, this isn't the one that I saw at least saw a little bit of before because Beast was in that one and he was doing like action shit, which he doesn't really do here.
Mm.
So,
Well, then you were probably watching some of the newer stuff with Nicholas Holt. Um, okay, so we all already kind of know my story with the X Men. I've watched X1 and X2, fell in love with those movies when I was a kid. And then when X3 was like, whenever I watched X Men 3, which I think X Men 3 was coming out whenever I was like, what, 3? Yeah, I was like, no, I was 2 when this movie came out. So, like, obviously, IRL, I didn't really give a shit because I was a kid.
well,
But, but
you
then,
you probably didn't even know about these movies at that
no,
time.
whenever I started actually getting into them was when I was 4. So,
Your
watch.
your parents should have really supervised you more, I think.
Well, they let me watch. They let me watch them with them, and like if anything like dirty came on or anything too action oriented, they cover my eyes and mute the TV and fast forward. But
Yeah,
anyways,
okay, that
yeah.
sense.
So I watched this one, and even when I was like young, I was like, I don't really like this one, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And then
Was
whenever
it one of your earliest experiences with watching a movie and not liking it?
yes, and then the next movie after this, which we'll cover in the second half of this video, um, yeah, you know, that one was even worse, and we'll talk about that at a later point. Anyways, so yeah, I basically grew up never liking this movie, and even after multiple rewatches, I could definitely see why I do not like X-Men 3: The Last
No, it's
Stand.
bad, and I say this as somebody who has no bias towards this series since I only started watching it recently. This movie feels like a middle finger to the first two.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to start, let's start with, you know what? Okay, fuck it. We're gonna go by scene, just like we did with Multiverse of Madness, and go over all the problems. So let's start with the first one. So the beginning scene.
Xavier and Magneto go to talk to young Jean.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we see that basically, like, Jean was like apparently Jean was always like this really strong, powerful mutant, which we kind of got glimpses of in X2, which is why she probably like like in the first the first X-Men movie she didn't really do too much, but then in the sequel she really kind of came out more and like showed her star power, but then sacrificed herself. So
Yeah.
starting off the movie
Yeah.
with showing how young she was really weird. Like that was like my first offsetting point when I first watched it, I
Yeah,
think.
that confused me because I was like, wait, why are they showing her backstory? Wait, they didn't bring her back, did they?
Oh, oh,
She,
she's called Phoenix for a reason.
well, and then the next point of the movie was when we see Archangel in the bathroom clipping his wings. Which, by the way,
Yeah, and that character has no purpose, so it doesn't matter.
he does have one purpose, and we'll get to that. But so Archangel, like he's clipping his wings. His dad's like, "Open this damn door!" And then he opens the door and he's crying. And he's like, "No, not you too." Which, by the way, what a fucking shitty ass father.
Uh,
Yeah, almost like conservatives are known for being pieces of shit to their
uh,
children.
So
that scene was mostly effective until the weird transition onto his clipped wings.
No,
yeah,
see, like that. The idea there is great because it makes sense. It it is unfortunately a nice parallel to real world things with
mm,
people like this. But
but that's neither here nor there. Um, so Archangel's wings, and then like we get into like the whole do 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 do
also,
intro
if he
sequence.
clipped his wings, how the fuck? Why does he have wings later in the movie?
They grew back. They can grow back. That's how they work.
What?
Yeah, that's how they work in both the comics and in this movie. So, Archangel, we're introduced to him. He's going to be a little bit important later, and then never again at all for the rest of the movie when he's important again. So, we cut back to Xavier's Academy, and okay, so mind you, this was
We cut back to cool Hogwarts.
yeah, cool Hogwarts, and basically we see the entire team like we see the new X-Men kicking ass on a battlefield fighting a sentinel, which by the way that is what that is. It's like this big ass robot that's like trying to execute all mutants in the comics, and they're like practicing on it, which makes sense. And like it's weird because like we later find out that sentinels existed back as early as the like 80s, so I guess that was never like that's never a problem now, but whatever. Anyways, so the Sentinels, so like the team is fighting in this simulation, but it's like kind of set up to where it's not a simulation, and we get introduced to the new X-Men who were kind of teased in X2. Do you
The
all?
simulation thing was weird because it honestly came off. I was like, wait, did I put the wrong movie on? Did I accidentally turn on X-Men Terminator? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, which I
Because it feels like the Terminator openings.
yeah, which by the way, it was really nice to see kind of like who are going to be like the new X-Men at this point on. Well, for another movie, I guess, not really for anything else. Which is Colossus and Kitty Pryde, who were teased in the first movie, or sorry, the second movie, because we see Colossus in the hallway, who's trying to protect the other kids during the X-Mansion invasion, and then
Yeah.
and Kitty Pryde, which by the way, um, she's real important in the comics, and she gets really important in Days of Future Past. But right now, I mean, she's just kind of there. All like the characters
Yeah.
are very weirdly put in this movie. I'll say that much. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, she has cool powers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she does.
We can walk through walls. Wow.
I mean, it's very important.
No,
And
I
then
was referencing
yeah.
Gravity Falls with that.
Oh yeah. So the X-Men, they're like, all right, guys. Like so, Jean talks with Xavier, and Xavier's like, I'm thinking of letting you run the school, Storm, the character who obviously had the most development. I mean, hey, she got more development than Cyclops, I
Yeah.
guess. But at least Cyclops had like a fucking girlfriend or something.
But for some reason, this movie decides to literally kill him off screen, and that made me really mad.
So okay,
Yeah.
should we talk about?
We're not.
I'm genuinely when I heard Professor X say and she killed her lover or whatever, I thought, okay, surely that didn't actually happen. Like, especially since we didn't see it. Surely what actually happened is he like misread or misinterpreted something. And Cyclops is alive, just not in a place where anybody knows where he is, right? No, we just don't see him for the rest of the
No,
movie.
he actually dies. Which, by the way, oh my god, you know what they bring back that I didn't like in X2? Guess what they brought
What?
back for this fucking movie? Wolverine, Jean, and Cyclops love triangle. Fuck off with this. It's really annoying. X2, Wolverine literally
Yeah,
went.
well, clearly, I mean, I take it the reason you're annoyed by that is because you want to be Wolverine's partner instead
Oh
of
yeah,
being...
true. When they were making out in that fucking one room, and I'm not gonna say who yet because we're not there yet. But like when they
Did
were
you get
making,
hard?
no, I was like, should have been me, damn it, should have been me. Anyways, so like Cyclops is like fucking crying in his room. By the way, this movie takes place 3 years after X2.
Yeah, and it takes place 3 years in one movie that doesn't exist later
Yeah, exactly.
because it literally feels like watching X-Men 3 feels like you skipped a movie.
Yeah, but not in the cool way like Superman, but like in a
No,
shitty
because
way.
Superman is intentionally set up to feel that way because it assumes you already know the information you need to about Superman.
Yeah, and you do
No, no,
basically.
no.
Yeah.
This movie just throws you into the thick of it. And the fact
Yeah.
that it has the fucking Terminator ass opening
Which
makes it is especially egregious because it makes it even more confusing.
yeah, which again, I don't
Hopefully.
mind. I don't mind them training. And like also, I love the fact that even though it's a simulation, Logan tries lighting a cigar in a simulation with a
Yeah.
flame.
He leans over with the cigar in his mouth, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, he was
So
like,
I thought that was funny too.
no, it's funny because like he's just desperate. And also, I love the fact that like whenever
Yeah, this movie isn't devoid of anything good. It's just mostly devoid.
no, literally everything that comes up later pisses me off so much. Anyway, so Scott goes to the wall, like he goes and vents his anger at the lake, and then out of nowhere, wowie zowie guys, Jean Grey was alive the entire time, even though
Jean Grey dies and does come back.
oh I'm forgetting another thing. We get introduced to Kelsey Grammer as Beast.
Yay.
Woo!
Actually, I do like that.
Good casting choice, I have to say. Kelsey Grammer, like, I mean, Beast. I didn't know you. I didn't know you hung around like that. Like, damn. Anyways, it was also seeing him here. I thought it was
Hey,
really
hey,
cool.
Caroline, I want you to remember, anytime you say you find Beast attractive, you're talking about Sideshow Bob.
No, I'm talking about Stinky Pete. Fucking, he's gonna throw me in a suitcase and sell me and take me to Japan against my will. Anyways, so Kelsey Grammer as Beast, as I said in X-Men 1, he is going to be returning in Avengers Doomsday, which I thought was pretty interesting because as much as I like his performance here, he's really only in this movie. I think he's also in Days of Future Past, but I could be wrong about that.
Well, I know he was in another movie because I remember there is a distinct scene from that I saw, like, once again with my grandparents watching one of these movies, where it was like Beast fighting Mystique, I think.
That See, the thing is, you might be thinking of Days of Futures Past, but they have a different actor playing Beast. He's played by Nicholas Hoult in that movie, not Kelsey
Oh, okay.
Grammer. Anyways, back to this movie. So we see that that Oliver Trask, who is going to appear in another movie, has made like a facility to keep Mystique in. Who, by the way, I like how the first footage we see of this, we see his fucking guards get that shit rocked. Like,
Yeah, like what did he think was gonna happen?
yeah, it's Mystique.
Yeah,
Like it's not even just a case of oh they didn't have equipment that accounts for her powers. No, she literally is like it's like trying to she literally has like the acrobatic capabilities of like fucking Samus.
Yeah, like she can kick ass, which by the way she does in this movie for what little she's in of it, but we'll get to that.
And then we never see her again after
Uh,
a certain point, and it leaves the worst possible taste in your mouth.
anyway, so then
actually, we do see her again somewhat.
we see her again in another project, but we won't get to that yet.
Well, no, man, in this movie, since she's well, we'll get to that scene.
So, um, okay, so we basically get to this point where all of everybody's going at it, where it's the Brotherhood of Mutants are starting to form back up again, with Magneto being like, "Oh, don't worry, darling, we'll get you out of jail. Just give us 5 seconds." Which, by the way, the
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, yeah. I want you to keep in mind, Magneto, Magneto and Mystique have been through a lot together. He clearly values her as not just as an asset, but as a person,
Oh,
right?
also, yeah, also,
Right?
also, fans. By the way, um, since X2, the only two reoccurring characters from those movies that have been appearing in this series is like from the original Brotherhood of Mutants is Mystique and Magneto. Toad and Toad and Sabretooth are both just dead. Like they're gone. They ain't coming back from this. One literally got flung into the sky. The other one
Toad is
got
fucking
the electric
stupid to
chair.
begin with.
Wait, didn't
Yeah.
you say Toad survives?
Toad comes back. We'll see Toad again. Don't worry.
What?
Somehow Toad returned.
Yeah, don't worry. It's Days in Future. It's Days in Future. It's X-Men Days of Future Toad. Don't you remember? We said that. Remember, it's going to be in that movie.
Man,
Anyways,
how did I miss that he would come back when it's literally titled that?
yeah, I know it's crazy how you forget. Anyway, so, um, well, so like Scott's like, "Whoa, Jean, you're back," which obviously Scott would react to that with, "Oh my God, you're alive," because he was so riddled with grief and depression that he's like, "Oh my God, I can finally like have my life with you. It's not cut off short, and you're not fucking a badger. This is epic." And
Wait,
then,
what? Oh, you mean Wolverine?
yeah, yeah, and then he dies. He
Off screen.
yeah, he like the Phoenix, I guess, puts like a parasite in his throat, and then he dies, and we never see him again. What an
No,
absolute
not just that. Not
We
just
don't
that.
even
We
see
don't
his
even
body.
see. Yeah, we don't even see him die.
yeah. He's just gone forever. Hopefully you guys like that.
Is he in the other movies? Like, did they revive him arbitrarily as
No,
well?
no. You do.
What? They
No.
don't even cheat death for a character who is so obviously screwed over,
Yeah, they don't do that for him.
like they did with Jean.
No, you do see the past version of him.
That doesn't count. That's a flashback.
Well, I mean, he's recast in another movie. We when we get to First Class, we'll discuss that. But right now, we're not. Anyways, so yeah, Jean just killed Cyclops, and then Professor Xavier was like, "Oh fuck, guys, we got a problem. Everybody, like,
You
hands
like
on
how,
deck."
like, I get that he was like the high five ghost of this series, but that doesn't mean he wasn't a main character. He can't
See,
just do that.
see, here's the thing. A lot of people hate the fact that Cyclops was so underutilized. And I'm like, it would have been kind of cool if Jean came back and, like, Cyclops had to deal with the fact that she was murdering people.
No, you know what would have been cool is if he was the person who got her to break out of her thing.
Yeah, or better yet, he was the one who had to kill her. Because, that's the thing. Like, that they could have easily done that, but they didn't. Instead, they did something 12 times stupider. Anyways.
They just kill him for no reason. Is it because they realized he was too overpowered if they
He's
kept
not
him
even
around for the
overpowered. He
story?
shoots lasers out of his eyes. That's not
Yeah, but they're
overpowered.
very powerful lasers. Did they just think he was too overpowered for the story?
X-Men.
Or if you wanted to say, if you wanted him to just not be involved in the story, I have a better solution than just killing him. Say that he doesn't want to be in this fight because Jean is there and he doesn't want to hurt her,
Yeah, and
even
then
if he's evil now.
and then at the end of the movie, he comes in and helps save the day or something. They don't
Like,
do
no,
that.
that would make sense. And
Yeah.
and I wouldn't even be mad at him if he did that. It would make sense.
Yeah, but instead they're like, no, we gotta get rid of him, guys.
Yeah, but if you wanted to get rid of him, you don't fucking kill a character off just to get them out of a story. That's the dumbest thing you could possibly do in this situation.
Hold on.
Especially if you're not even going to show them getting killed. Like if the idea was to show that she killed him as an example of how powerful she is, one, that doesn't work because he loved her, so obviously he was going to be an easy target.
Oh.
Two, we don't even see it happen, so it's not like we see how crazy powerful she is.
Okay.
Three, we already see how powerful she is at the beginning of the movie.
So there's a reason why he was killed off early in the movie. Like, there's an
They're
like
not. Did James Marsden cost too much or something?
no. James Marsden had signed to a contract to appear in Superman Returns. So they killed him off so then he can go and film in that movie and give a justifiable reason why he wasn't in X3. Stupid fucking reason anyways.
Who do you even
That's a
play in
stupid
Superman
reason.
Returns?
Who does James Marsden play in Superman Returns?
You know what you could have just done is write him out of the movie. You don't have to kill him off.
Richard White, the nephew of the Daily Planet editor-in-chief Perry White, and fiancé to Lois Lane.
Literally, you don't. Also, by the way, the
That's
fact that they killed off his character, that is wow. He just. I mean, okay, I don't specifically think he's the person who decided to kill off Cyclops because of this. But that ended up being like the objectively wrong choice career-wise.
yeah. Because who remembers James Marsden playing Richard White? And, like, honestly, the most boring Superman movie. Like, who cares? Anyways, sorry, James Marsden, I love you, but my god. Maybe you'll get your redemption in Doomsday, who knows?
That's
Anyway,
not even his fault.
Nah, yeah, he signed... But, I mean, he did sign on to play in Superman.
No, but that's not his fault because just because he's going to be in a different movie and is busy doesn't mean you literally kill off his character.
Yeah, I guess
That's
that's fair.
stupid.
No, that's fair. Okay, so he dies, and then Xavier's like, guys, we gotta do something. They killed off the funny guy from the Sonic movies, and then they're like, shit, Xavier's right. We gotta go.
What did you? Yeah, Wolverine shows up to Jean. He's like, "What did you do?" what I had to.
Yeah. So Xavier's like, "Oh no, guys, Jean is not herself." Cuz like they find out Jean's alive. Like again, and they're like, or like, well, for this movie, they find out she's alive, and they're like, "Wait, you didn't die?" Well, okay. Well, what are we gonna
My
do about
death
this?
was greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're like, "Well, what are we gonna do?" And they're like, "Well, let's take it back to the professor." And the professor's like, "Yeah, I've seen this stuff happen before. She's like deep down, she's bipolar and she's evil." Like basically, that was the explanation he gave. And throughout the movie, you're just like, okay, so what are you guys gonna do? And then Wolverine, I guess he fucking couldn't keep his claws in his pants because he was like, oh, Jean, oh my god, you're alive, oh my god, and Cyclops is dead, so this isn't totally weird at all. And then try fucking her. God, she just woke up from the hospital, my guy.
Jeez.
Dude,
And it's
look,
only
I don't think
only
I
when
don't think
she.
Wolverine's. I don't think Wolverine's a bad guy, but also like that's not
Jeez.
cool.
And it's only when she starts coming on to him
He's
when
like,
he's like, "This
whoa.
is wrong."
Yeah, which by the way, in
Did you
X,
not think for even a second that she might just be high on medication and therefore this shouldn't? This is like taking advantage of somebody while they're drunk. Which once again, I don't think he thought that through. But when you really think about it, that is basically what happened.
which also, what a huge downgrade from X2 that was, because in X-Men 2 he understood that he couldn't be with Jean because she was with Scott and didn't want to jeopardize their relationship. He fully
Oh, and keep in
understood
mind
that.
at the time that he does this with her in this movie, Scott isn't dead yet.
Yeah, like he was just wondering what happened to him. And then they find out the truth and they're like, "Oh." So like basically he just got reversed from X2. Man, I hope that doesn't happen to any other parts of this movie.
Dude, this entire movie is just a reversal of X2.
Yeah, just way worse. So Jean is like, "Logan, I'm evil." And then he's like,
He's like,
"Oh,
whoa, that's
which,
not very
by
poggy.
the way, the fucking argument that that Logan has with Charles Xavier, God, Logan, what the fuck? Which also
Yeah, the part
Xavier,
where it's just like, dude, if this happens, if I let this go, she might accidentally destroy humanity against her will. And he's like, well, well, but
some
that's not very, but that's cruel. And it's like, yeah, it is. But like, do you want humanity to fucking
yeah, but see,
explode?
at the same time, Xavier's saying, I don't know why I'm even explaining myself, especially to a creature as low as you. Like that, fuck off,
Oh yeah.
Charles.
Also, yeah,
Both of you are
yeah.
being
So
assholes.
on top of like they didn't even they just made Professor X a dick for
Yeah,
no
for no
reason.
reason.
Look, if you wanted to go off the logic of this is a horrible situation and he has to do something to avoid hurting innocent people or
Yeah,
more innocent people, which is what I think they were trying to go for, that
yeah.
would be a good idea. That's not what they ended up doing. They just made him an asshole.
Yeah, they made him an asshole. Sir, what do you think about it?
Uh, I just saw the movie and I forgot he said that.
Yeah, he
I
says
was
it.
more concerned with a lot of other things happening.
Oh, yeah, like about the stupid side drama about Rogue, who literally said that, an Iceman, who literally said that they didn't matter if they fucking touch or not because no matter what, they're gonna love each other, which they reversed in this fucking movie from
Yeah,
X2!
there's the scene where she just straight up leaves and then comes back in the climax for literally not the climax, the aftermath for literally no reason.
Here's the thing, I didn't even realize how much I actually cared about these characters until I watched this, and I'm like, man, this is such a downer movie because it ruins everything about the previous ones.
Oh, yeah. It
Well, that
does.
reminds me. Are we at that scene with Magneto yet?
No, we are now going to talk about.
But yeah, also on top of the fact that this movie feels like, you skipped a movie. It also feels like two movies stitched together, which is weird.
Yeah. No, we're going to talk about. Oh wait, no, we are at that scene because doesn't that happen before they go talk to Jean? Yeah, because okay,
But
so
who cares?
Magneto.
Let's just talk about it.
No, okay, so Magneto like finds like a bunch of other mutants, which by the way, fucking downgrades from X-Men 1. Like who the fuck cares about Porcupine Man or Mr. Duplicron
Porcupine or Duplicate Man
or
At least
or
Juggernaut is kind of funny.
fucking
yeah,
or I'm like Cerebro, but I can't fucking blow people's heads off, woman. Who
I can
cares?
sense people's powers and go super speed. Whatever. They're
Save
just jobbers. They're only here to get beat up by the main heroes. Who
Sabretooth
cares?
Yeah,
looks
they're
cooler
just
than this.
fodder.
You know what? You know what? For as much as we dogged on Toad, at least Toad was remember. Like at least
Yeah, at
Toad
least
is
he
so
was
fucking
memorably
stupid, but at
bad.
least like he was so stupid, but at the very least he was memorable. I don't remember
Yeah.
any of these motherfuckers, nor do I care.
Well,
The only one I remember is Juggernaut, because, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
don't you know who I
Juggernaut is
am?
at least. Actually, I wouldn't be upset if Juggernaut returned in a later movie, but
Hey,
he's
Roxy,
the
I'm the
only one.
Juggernaut, bitch.
Roxy, if I give you any reason to watch Deadpool 2, it's for that reason because he does return in that movie.
Does he quote
Yay.
the meme like he does here?
Yeah, he says
But, like, I don't
he
know,
comes
just
out and he's like,
the idea of a supervillain whose only thing is that he's really good at running into things is really funny to me.
basically a charger from Left 4 Dead 2 that's really and like
Yeah, because it's literally just he's big, he's muscular, he wears armor, and apparently he can't be blocked by any walls.
yeah, because he's too massive and he's buff. He's literally
Which also, once again, doesn't even make sense with how his powers are apparently countered by the guy who we haven't even talked about the fucking vaccine. What?
Oh my
okay.
god! I just realized we haven't talked
okay,
about one of the main plot points.
Oh yeah, because it's like dropped at like for like 1
Especially
time, then
since
it's brought back out of nowhere.
Especially since it's important for the Magneto scene we're about to talk about.
Okay, so
talking about
the United States government, mind you, who also
It
tells
hates
Beast.
mutants again. Never mind the fact that between movies we apparently got like a
What?
mutant congressman, and also the fact
The U.S.
that, like,
president.
fucking
They literally went to
Yeah,
the United
never-
States president and talked to him.
and also the fact that what Stryker did in X2 was betraying orders. He wasn't supposed to do that.
Yeah, which by the way, apparently what Oliver Trask is doing is just, oh well, we're gonna get rid of mutants with this one simple cure. Which by the way, the cure is a very huge offense to the other mutants because it's like you're saying that we are a problem that needs to be controlled.
Well, it's like people trying to cure autism.
even though that's something you can't cure.
You ever seen Mary and Max? Great movie.
I need to watch it. I've been hearing good things about it.
Also,
Anyway,
how the fuck do you cure mutantitis? I mean, I know that the mutants' powers were that mutants' powers were to counter other mutants, but like,
Magnet
come on,
Shroom as a
that was only a
person.
temporary thing when he was near them.
Yeah, they just found a way to like extract that and then make it a cure. Which is dumb as shit.
Whatever, this is stupid.
Oh, it gets worse because alright, so like they find a cure, Beast goes and meets them, then Beast
Okay,
comes
actually, one of the oh, sorry.
back.
I was gonna say one of
go
the
ahead.
few things I actually do like about this movie is the fact that Wolverine actually respects Rogue's choice.
Yeah, because I mean he literally says to her that I'm not your dad, I'm a friend, which is true. He's not anyone's father figure aside another character who he doesn't even want to be a father figure to, but we won't talk about that here. So basically they're like, okay, so we don't want this cure. But like some of them do. Like yeah, Rogue would benefit the most out of it. She could finally like actually interact with people. and like actually have like a normal life. But then she decides at the end that she doesn't want that, which is awesome, great. Like I like it. But everything else about this movie, oh my god. So, should we talk about the scene that made Roxy want to die? Roxy, you know what? You go ahead. You explain it to the audience.
Yeah, you can have the
So
floorboard.
when rescuing the other mutants, a bodyguard tries to shoot Magneto with the anti-mutant thing, which he just has in a gun, but also didn't already use on the other mutants in the prison for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
He has an anti-mutant gun, and then Mystique jumps in the way to take the bullet for him, and she loses her powers. And then Magneto's like, "Oh, you saved me. Anyway, bye.
Yeah, fuck
You're
you.
not one of us anymore, so you don't mean anything to me." Like, what? Nothing? The relationship didn't matter at all?
I guess not. Not to the same person who was literally, who, oh my god, later in this movie with the fucking Charles Xavier. Yeah, like, it doesn't make any sense. It's so out of character. He's basically like, oh, you saved my life. I'm eternally grateful. But you're a human now, so fuck you.
Anyway,
Bye.
fuck you.
Yeah, basically.
Like, okay, yes, Magneto's a supremacist, but that doesn't mean that he would disregard the relationships with the people he cares about.
He doesn't even do
Same
that
with
to
Mystique was
Charles.
clearly
Yeah, same with
Mystique.
Charles. He only shows respect for Charles. Oh, actually, no, we're not there yet. I forgot.
We'll talk about it.
Also, the fact that literally, within X1 and 2, was it not clear that Mystique and Magneto considered each other to be good friends?
Yes, they did. So it doesn't make any sense why they wouldn't consider themselves good friends here. It's stupid.
Look, I get that he would be disappointed,
Yeah, he'd be
but like,
yeah, but
so what?
he'd be like, "Oh, you're not a mutant
She's still a
anymore."
good fighter. That has nothing to do with her ability.
Yeah. Like basically he's like, "You outlived your usefulness to me later." Which
Except
is like
that no. What I just said. She hasn't even outlived her usefulness
no,
because
to
she's still a
him,
good fighter.
to him like he was to this version of Magneto, he's probably like, "Well, you can't use your mutant abilities anymore. You're basically dead to me. Fuck off."
Also the fact that he said, "Oh, she was so beautiful." It's like, wait, is the implication that he only cared about her? One, because she was a mutant, and two, because she made him horny?
I don't know.
What?
It's really
I mean,
disgusting to think
I mean,
about.
she still looks beautiful in human form, but so why? I
I
don't.
prefer my women with blue skin, thank you very much. Oh my god, would you look at Beast over there? Oh. Oh.
Like,
Oh.
seriously,
I'm Magneto.
that scene alone, that scene alone was what made me realize, wait, I actually do kind of care about X-Men.
And see, that's
Just
what.
because seeing Magneto get character assassinated like that hurt me.
And see, I told you that would happen with this movie. This movie, character assassinates almost everyone, and then X-Men Origins Wolverine,
The only character who doesn't get character assassinated is Cyclops, who gets literally assassinated.
Oh god. So shall we talk about? Should we talk about the fucking? Oh my god, what was it? So So like now, Magneto's like, or okay, so Magneto and Charles both decide to go see Jean, who's now back at her house, just I guess just vibing there.
Oh my god,
And
this scene.
and they're like, and then so Charles goes in there, and by the way, I'm gonna ask you two this question: which is the worst death? This death with X3, with Charles' death in X3, or his death in Multiverse of Madness?
The one in this movie, because at least in Multiverse of Madness, we weren't familiar with him there.
I say the one from Multiverse of Madness because they're technically trying to imply that they're the same ones. Because they literally.
Okay, but that literally doesn't make any sense unless they revive him as well.
Which
They do that, don't they? They'll revive Charles Xavier, a character they at least tried to give an appropriate send-off, but not Cyclops, a character that they killed off-screen.
So,
Well,
oh god. So Charles goes in there.
they'll bring Jean back, even though literally the climax of X2 hinges on the fact that she's sacrificing herself.
Well, we'll get into more of that here in just a second. So they go there and they're like, "Oh wow, Jean, you know, you're so Charles is like, hey, control the Phoenix. Magneto's like, nah, man, release it, send it out, send it out. He's trying to control you.
And then
And
she
basically,
literally like vaporizes Charles Xavier.
yeah, right in front of Magneto, by the way, and everybody else, and they're like, oh my god, like,
Yeah.
which by the
Yeah,
way,
Magneto's like, no, and that only for him to be like, go up to Jean and like join me, after having no time to process the death of his friend,
his like one could say one of his best friends,
one of his
like,
best friend, who he still shows respect for in like one scene later, a few scenes later.
yeah,
Yeah, like even though they're
One
rivals,
moment, and that's
like,
it.
even though they're clear rivals and don't like each other's ideologies, the two of them clearly still consider each other friends.
Yeah, they still go up and talk to each other. Like, literally, in the first X-Men movie, the first scene we get is Magneto listening to, like, the Congress shit. And then Charles is like, you know, Eric, they're not all bad. And he's like, save it, Charles. I don't care. Which is, yeah, that's how he acts. And I'm fine with that. They just don't understand. Anyways, so... they hold a funeral, which, by the way, we don't see that in Multiverse of Madness. They couldn't even have a fucking funeral for one of the members who fucking died. Anyways,
I think I was too kind to this movie because I gave it a 2 out of 10 on Letterboxd.
I would give it a 1. But anyways, so
Yeah, no, I think I literally I'm pretty sure I said like I'm pretty sure I thought to myself right after giving it that score. I thought, was I going too easy on it? Because
so
because I mean I know I've given a lot of movies half star scores, and I'm like, am I too quick to give a movie a half star score? And I think I am, but this is not an instance where I would have been.
so
Is that fair?
yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. So Charles dies. He doesn't come back, and they're like, oh, so Charles, our good teacher, our good mentor, a guy who loved mutants, and we loved him.
His speech the speech for his funeral was nicely done.
Honestly, his death was nicely done in this movie. Like, Magneto being the one to do it makes sense because he wants the Phoenix to join him, which obviously he would want to have the most powerful mutant on his side so then he can oppress the humans. That makes logical sense for his character. What doesn't make sense is the fact that he would push it to the because obviously you can tell in that scene. It's the scene after that doesn't make sense. The scene before where he's watching it all happen, you could see in his eyes that he just fucked up, and he's like, "Uh-oh, what have I done? I might have gotten my fucking friend of years killed." But then the scene after that, he's like, hey, Gene, you want to join my posse? You want to join my boy band?"
You want to get your applesauce
Like I
back?
said, after he dies, he basically takes no time to process this and just goes up to Jean.
Yeah.
He's just like, well, I technically got what I wanted.
You know what? Wishmaster was kind to me here, I guess. Anyways,
Wishmaster killed somebody else instead of me, so whatever.
so Charles is like, since Charles is dead, they have the funeral, and they're like, guys, we have to do something about this. How are we going to stop Magneto? And they're like,
We're outclassed. There's just 6 of us.
yeah, there's only 6 of us. So, okay, who do we have on this team? So we got Wolverine, who is probably the most useful because of his healing factor and his brawling rage. We got a United States Senator who, if he probably ate a pickle the wrong way, he'd probably get canceled on Twitter. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. Or celebrated, who knows.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, basically, we have Wolverine, Storm, Beast,
Kitty Pryde,
Colossus,
Iceman.
Kitty Pryde, and Iceman.
Okay, so we got 3 people who are completely inexperienced in actual full-on combat. We got Wolverine, again, healing factor, but also has
that would be like You realize with the whole Beast thing, that would be the equivalent of like he's isn't he a senator? I think is what they said,
He is
or
the
just a
ministry.
representative of like.
He's the Ministry of Mutant Defense. So he's
Dude, the
basically
real
like the
life
mutants.
equivalent of that would be like bringing fucking. That would be like bringing JD Vance into a fight and expecting him to win.
Well, see the
Except
difference.
obviously JD Vance isn't a good guy, so
Well,
maybe that's not the
also
right comparison to make.
you also forget the fact that Beast is blue and he's hot. So you know what? It doesn't matter. You can just stay on the sideline and flex for me. Anyway, okay. Let me chill out here. I might be getting a little too steamy in here. Whew! Anyways, so Beast is basically like, he's new. We don't know too much about him, and he's basically like, oh yeah, guys, I could help. Like, bro, what are you gonna do? We don't know what you do. We later see what he does, and then we got Storm, who we know
He's gonna go beast mode.
True.
Actually, no, 7 because I forgot about the guy with the wings.
Archangel, who joins their side like last
Only-
minute.
Yeah.
Fucking dumb as shit. Archangel literally.
Dude, they assassinated all the characters we actually cared about, and then added this fucking dumbass.
Who cares about Archangel, honestly? Like, Archangel is important in the beginning because he's like the first mutant to undergo the experiment or try to undergo the experiment, but like chickens out last minute. Who the fuck cares about him like over Cyclops? Where's Nightcrawler? Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Archangel is the most overrated character in all of X-Men. I can't stand it when people think Archangel is good. You guys.
Also, here's another thing we didn't think about. Nightcrawler isn't even in this fucking movie. He's just not here. I thought that was
where is he?
I think Alan Cummings just did not want to come back and go through all that again with the makeup and shit.
It wasn't even because he didn't like working on the movie. It's just because of the makeup process, right?
Yeah, it was like hours. It was like 90. No, it was like over
okay,
5
I can't
hours.
blame him. I just find it so weird that
he's not here.
Okay, so based off of that plus the James Marsden thing, this movie had a ton of production issues, didn't it?
I bet it did. Here's the thing, though. I don't get why they were like, I get it took 3 years to make this movie, but like, honestly, I don't know why they tried combining 2 comic book ideas. Because, like, okay, if they wanted to do, like, the whole mutants getting cured thing, yeah, that's fine. They could still call it, like, X-Men, The Gifted, or whatever.
Well, the whole thing of them combining comic books couldn't be any more obvious due to the fact that this movie literally has 2 different plots that they then
squished together.
It's like Norman the North 2.
Yeah, it's like you want the Cure plot or a little bit of Dark Phoenix plot or whatever. Just pick one.
Pick one.
Yeah, just one. Pick one. And they didn't. They instead just...
You know you pissed me off when I compared you to fucking Norman the North 2.
So, anyway, this guy just goes out of his way, oh my god. So, we didn't even mention that. So, the curing facility is on Alcatraz. I don't know why Alcatraz, but okay. And they're like, okay, guys, we're gonna make this the new cure location.
Evil.
Yeah. Which is still.
When they get there, they have this really cool scene where he moves the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh my god, the stupid Golden Gate
Bridge.
It's
so stupid. Why would you ever do that?
So, here's the issue with the Golden Gate Bridge.
My thought was that he was going to move just a piece of the metal from the bridge, and maybe accidentally make the whole thing collapse in the process, but go along the lines of, oh well, it's for the greater good, which, would make sense for his character, which is why they didn't do it.
Yeah. No, here's the main issue that I have with the Golden Gate Bridge scene, is the fact that, he should be struggling to do that. Magneto isn't just if it's metal, it's paper to me.
Yeah.
It should still
remember when he couldn't... Remember when he said that he literally didn't think he would be able to stop every bullet in the first movie?
Yeah. How would he be able to control a bridge? Or better yet, how is he able to fling cars? It's stupid. It doesn't make...
So did they just forget Did they forget the fact that Magneto, while being really powerful, isn't, a god?
He's not Superman. Come on. Like Magneto is still a guy.
Isn't that actually a big thing in X-Men? Is the fact that none of them are all powerful,
Yeah,
except
like,
I guess Jean apparently.
well, Jean has
It's
the Dark
Gene. Like,
Phoenix,
what
which
purpose did she even serve aside from going crazy in the climax?
so along with that,
Like,
Also,
why did
like
Magneto even need her there?
if your mission is to kill this guy in a highly defended base, why would you
I forgot. It's not
try
even
to
to
approach
kill.
this?
She didn't even bring him
Why
there
would
to kill the guy. He was instead like a juggernaut. You go do it. Okay.
yeah, which
no?
by
But
the
what I mean is,
oh, sorry,
well,
go
okay,
ahead.
that makes sense because Juggernaut is at least clearly a big and strong guy who would probably be able to kill a child on his own
I mean,
without superpowers.
honestly, all he would have to do is just throw a
But
fucking brick at him, like dead at his head. He doesn't even have to get close. He could just
yeah, but
grab the
like,
brick and just. Whoop. Sorry, go ahead.
no, what I don't like is the fact that if Magneto needs to get to this place that he knows is going to be armed and fortified, why would he actively choose to try to invade it in the most public way possible?
It doesn't make any sense. And
This
it's
movie sucks.
no,
Yeah.
no. I mean,
You
I
have a
told
point.
you.
This movie sucks.
I told you guys this movie was awful, but we had to do it because it's 3 fits the theme. Um, anyways, so they go there and it's basically like a big ass fight. It's X-Men versus Brotherhood of Mutants, which X1 did better, by the way. Um, because X-Men 1, it was at the very least like it was a fair fight to an extent. Because like Cyclops and Storm were dealing with Toad and like Mystique. Meanwhile, Wolverine was dealing with Sabretooth. And then, meanwhile, with all that, um, they were dealing with a bunch of other shit, like Rogue getting taken, and then whatever. Like in this movie, it's basically just guys. Let's throw everybody. Oh, they made plastic guns to go against Magneto. By the way, in this movie, which okay, how did the bullets work then? The bullets are still metal, right?
Oops.
Like if like the gun canister, or not the gun canister, but like if the chamber still blows fire and like gunpowder out, it'll just break the bullets. So okay, that doesn't make any sense. The wooden gun was mostly just an intimidation tactic. This is just stupid.
The wooden gun is a joke because of how fucking stupid it was, in the fact that Magneto immediately gave up, and then after learning that it wasn't even his powers being countered, he just still allowed himself to get arrested
Yeah, because he felt like an idiot for
for
that.
losing to the wooden gun.
Yeah. So they fight, and it's like the Dark Phoenix is there, and then they beat Magneto. Like Magneto gets shot with the cure, and he's like, "Oh, well, I'm fucked." And the fight scene's whatever. And then the Dark Phoenix.
No, he doesn't get shot. Beast literally stabs him
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
he gets stabbed with it. I don't know why I thought he got shot. Oh yeah, because he almost got shot, but if it wasn't for Mystique, that's
That was
why.
close to his heart too. You actually could have killed him had you stabbed him in the wrong place.
Hey, look, I love my goat Beast, but man, sometimes he can be a little tricky. Okay, don't blame Beast for this one mere fumble, please, Lord.
You could even say he can be a bit of a beast
Oh,
sometimes.
he is a beast. He's my beast. Anyways, what am I saying? Chill. My God. Just turn me into beast in the thumbnail. Anyways. Um. Oh yeah. I guess can I ask who's your favorite character in this movie? Before we get to the climax and end it all.
Uh, 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 uh,
I guess
uh.
Mystique, because they didn't character assassinate her, they just character assassinated
Oh, I forgot.
Magneto.
I
Then
forgot to mention they
sidelined
brought her.
the rest of them.
She comes
No,
back later to
sidelined
tell them
implies that
about.
she's still in it.
She comes back later to tell the people about the plan, only for it to not work because the ambush failed.
Yep.
The cloning guy.
Yeah, fuck the cloning guy as
And after
well.
that, we never see Mystique again.
Yep. So
So
stupid.
lame.
Um, my favorite character was obviously Beast. I mean, how many jokes have I made? Anyways, even though I like
Mr.
Wolverine, he was
Beast.
kind of like he was worse in this movie. So like the climax of the movie, everybody's like, "Wow, guys, we're really turning into one big X-Men," and then Jean's like, "No, I must eat you alive like cranberry," you know, like that.
And she turns people to dust, I think, like Thanos.
Yep. And at the end, Wolverine has to kill Jean after Jean pleads for him to do so, and the movie ends with uh, Charles Xavier apparently still being alive.
And Magneto still having
I
his
literally
powers
forgot
somewhat.
that. Hey, also, are we gonna ignore the fact that Charles Xavier could easily use the thing that got weaponized in the second movie, the big ball
Cerebro,
thing?
Cerebro.
Could he not use yeah, could he not use Cerebro to like track down Jean and use his mind stuff on her from a distance if he needed to?
I guess they forgot Cerebro was the thing when writing this.
I think also only he can control it, and he already knew where she was. And instead of trying to kill her outright, he was more instead like, maybe I could talk some common sense into her, which, you know,
Maybe we could still save her.
yeah, which I don't blame him for thinking that. That's just how Charles is. Just like Steve Rogers, he wouldn't trade lives. Anyway, so yeah, X-Men 3: The Last Stand, aka
Um,
one of my least favorite movies of the X-Men trilogies. Of all the X-Men movies I've seen, which I need to still see New Mutants because I haven't seen it yet.
But maybe you will by the time this comes out.
Yeah, probably. Maybe we would have already watched it. Just like take a breather from X-Men for a little bit and talk about New Mutants since they kind of have like no connection to it. But anyways, anything else you guys want to talk about with this movie before we give our ranking and then edit up? Okay,
I feel like there's something we're still forgetting.
what what exactly?
No, I just feel like there's something we're still forgetting.
Oh, Charles Xavier is still alive at the end, and then Magneto still has his
But
powers, which
yeah,
we already
I
brought up.
mentioned that.
Um, oh, Rogue comes back in the climax and is like, "Guys, it doesn't matter because I'm just redoing everything from X2." This is
Oh
just
yeah, the Iceman Fireman rivalry. I forgot about that.
yeah, Iceman Pyro rivalry. Didn't care.
Oh my god, that's right.
They already did this in X-Men 2, and it was made way better because you saw the
They
parallels.
literally gave them like fucking Disney Channel one-liners like, This is why you shouldn't have stayed in school. This is why you shouldn't have left."
Man,
I hate this movie.
no, yeah,
And it's really terrible.
I yeah, yeah. No, I'm telling you all this now. If we all thought this was fucking bad, oh my god, X-Men Origins is going to probably be the death of us. Which,
If this, I'm gonna
That's
say,
the
Roxy,
next one, right?
yes, that's the
if
next
this
one we're
movie,
reviewing in this episode.
yeah, I was
Which
gonna
will
say
be
to
amazing.
Roxy, if this movie made you realize how much you like the characters, the next one's gonna make you miss the continuity because it just gets completely thrown out.
Yeah, they literally.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
hey, you liked Wolverine's backstory in X-Men 2? Oh no, that's actually not what happened. He wanted to be part of the Weapons X program.
What?
Don't worry, we'll cut to
Oh,
that here
oh,
in a
you'll
minute.
see.
You'll see just in a little bit. So, anyways, let's give our final rankings. I'm going to start with Sir, then we'll go to Roxy, then we'll go to me.
3.
Oh, that's kind of ironic, ain't it?
Yeah.
X-Men 3 is a 3. We all like gave X-Men 1 S tier on the ranking, which by the way, we'll do the ranking after we do X-Men Origins. It'd be a little weird to do it in the middle. Roxy, what would you give this movie?
I mean, when I made my Letterboxd review, I gave this a 2 out of 10. But even when I made that, I was like, "Am I going too easy on this?" I was. It's a 1. Fuck this movie.
Hey, can I ask you guys a question? Which is worse, this or Thunderbolts?
This because
This at
it
least cared
damaged
about the
something.
characters.
Wow. So this is this Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness levels of bad? Would you guys say so?
No,
No, that's like a
no,
whole
because
different league of awfulness.
Multiverse of Madness had a level of unbelievability to it,
Yeah. At least we all
where
know
it was
this
at
is.
least easy to disconnect and be like, "Wow, that was shit."
At least Ghost Rider was funny at times. At least, like, Punisher Warzone was mediocre. And also had the epic line of, I'm gonna get my applesauce back. I mean, who could forget such a cult classic line? Like, literally, what a
Well,
downgrade!
that line cemented itself in pop culture.
Yeah, true. Literally, I'm just saying, X-Men went from getting an A tier movie to getting an S tier movie, and then immediately getting an F tier movie. That's nuts. Anyways, my final score is actually a
Well, I
2.
mean, isn't that basically what happens with Terminator as well? But I haven't seen any of the Terminator sequels,
You only seen.
other than Terminator 2,
Yeah,
obviously.
you saw Terminator 1 and 2. Okay, so my final score is I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. Bad movie. I don't know which one I hate more, this or Thunderbolts, because Thunderbolts was just really slop. But honestly, actually, I probably
No,
hate
but
this more.
okay, Thunderbolts felt like a waste of time, but it at least didn't damage characters we already cared about. Unless you were a massive Taskmaster fan,
I was a
I
massive
guess.
Taskmaster fan. I love that character.
The
Oh,
comic version or MCU version?
there's an MCU version.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
she was
fucking
the
with
she
you.
was the person who got killed in the
Yeah,
vault.
I know, and I got really mad at that because why the fuck would you not make your helmet bulletproof? Anyways, overall, yeah. So, we're going to stop here for X2, or sorry, X-Men 3: The Last Stand. Um, Here in just like you guys are literally going to just see it in a blip. We're going to go and watch X-Men Origins Wolverine. See you guys in just 1 minute.
See you in a minute.
Hey guys, we just got back watching X-Men Origins Wolverine, and I really wanted to kill myself.
It took us 1 second because remember
Yeah,
what you said at the end of the.
I was
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah,
Well, I don't know why you'd forget that. I'm the one who forgets things a second after they happen.
I was
yeah.
gonna. And I mean that works too. I was gonna start off with like, we're back, a Wolverine story.
A really
Works
shit
too.
one at that. Oh my god. So, hold on, before we actually
This
get
movie
into
did
that.
not make me horny. It does not make me want to huge jack off.
Yeah, true. I want to bring up something. We watched another movie before we sat down and did this. I
B movie.
decided. Well, yeah, you guys watch B movie. No, I'm talking about.
Yeah, because on the day of us recording this section of the video, it's B movie's 18th birthday. Too much for Jerry Seinfeld, though. He'll never flirt with this movie again.
Oh god. So, if you don't know, well, I don't know if you would know this. We also watch Pirates 5, aka Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man Tells No Tales. And that same day, I played Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. So I guess I was really just not having a good day that day, cause like I just wanted to hurt myself the entire time. Which, by the way, if you see my backlog review of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, I fucking, oh my god, I went over how bad that movie was. Which, by the way, or the game, not movie. Well, like it's a movie, but whatever. Anyways,
By
so
the way, I predicted that
It's
Dead
a
Man's
movie
Tunnel
in the
Tales would be
same.
on Caroline's worst movies list, and I was right.
it would be number 6.
I was gonna say for Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, it's very much of a movie, the same way that Snow White and the Seven Clever Boys is a movie.
Yeah. By the way, fun fact: I actually refunded the game, and because I played it in under 2 hours, I was able to get a refund for it, which I find really funny. I decided to go out of my way and buy Glover instead.
Mr. Krabs, the customers are demanding refunds. Refunds?
You know. Anyway, so, oh my God, I'm trying to stall. I am stalling my ass off because this movie, Jesus H Christ. Remember the time? I don't remember which episode it was, but I looked up when X-Men Origins Wolverine came out. And it came out in Australia, in like, I believe Australia, on April 8th, 2009. And that's that was when I turned 5 years old. So I find that really fucking funny.
You and
Anyway,
this movie are connected.
yeah, it's like I wish that this movie is like the twin that was being developed, but I wish I actually devoured it so it never came out into the limelight. Cause fuck this movie.
Oh my
I thought
God.
you were gonna say, that like yourself, you wish the movie never existed.
Yeah, oh yeah, true, that too. Anyway, so we are talking about. Oh my god, I can't believe we're actually. Oh my god. X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is a
Well, you finally get your
2009
revenge.
is a 2009 American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics fictional character Wolverine. It is the fourth installment of the X-Men film series, the first installment of the Wolverine spin-off trilogy within the series, and a prequel to X-Men 2000. The film was directed by Gavin Hood, written by David Benioff and Skip Woods, and produced by Hugh Jackman, who stars as a titular character alongside Levi Schreiber, Danny Houston, Dominic Mognan, and Ryan Reynolds. The film's plot details Wolverine's childhood as James Howlett, his time with Major William Stryker's Team X, the bonding of Wolverine's skeleton within the indestructible metal adamantium during the Weapon X program, and his relationship with his half-brother Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth. So,
Yeah,
can I just...
he had a secret brother this whole time? That's the big twist we've been waiting for?
Oh, God. So anyways, I guess we should go over how we went and watched this movie for the first time. Or, first experiences, all that stuff. Which, by the way, no, I'm not giving this movie the time of day and working on timestamps. These two movies do not deserve it. Because we're doing the same thing here. Yeah, we'll start with you, Roxy. Go ahead.
So I tried to watch this movie last night to get a leg up for today's recording, and I fell asleep because it was so fucking boring. So, I...
That just shows how bad this movie is. Okay, actually, before we get into that, let me ask you guys. So, have you guys ever seen this movie before we decided to sit down and watch it?
No.
Really? This is like the most infamous X-Men movie. So I guess I can go over it the first time I watched
Well, I mean,
it.
technically, Multiverse of Madness is the most infamous X-Men movie.
Oh, I guess. Oh, man. Okay, so so I watched this movie when I was young, just like most MCU movies and Marvel movies in general. But here's the thing. I watched it one time in my life, and then never again. Because I genuinely
Until now.
Yeah, until now. Well, I think I rewatched it a few times, and still went, yeah, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But, like, when I was
Why'd you
younger...
say never again?
I was meaning more of when I was younger. When I was older, like whenever I turned like 17, 18, I decided to rewatch it just to see if it was as bad as I remember. Oh boy!
It's like how I watched Hazbin Hotel recently to see if I treated it too harshly.
Well, maybe when we do the Has-Been episode, we'll talk about that.
That's gonna be a total mess because I do not think I treated it too harshly.
Oh god. Anyways,
Wow.
Maybe I
Wow,
need to
you make
watch
me
it a
so
third
excited to want to
time.
do that episode, Roxy. Thank you.
Maybe I need to watch it a third time to see
Watching
if
it,
I'm sure.
it's like when King Neptune from SpongeBob fucking ate the Krabby Patty. It's like, oh, I need to try another, and then he eats it. He he spits it back out and eats it again. Anyways,
Yeah, it's like that, except I didn't enjoy it.
you just keep going back to enjoy
To
it.
be fair,
Anyway,
the first time I watched it, it was under the worst possible conditions. Then the second time I watched it, it was with Panther, who kept pausing it to comment on things. So
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
that's
that
maybe,
why.
wasn't a
yeah,
good time to watch it
maybe you should
either.
watch it by yourself in like good circumstances.
And
Uh,
not in one sitting.
Yeah, no, no. I realize that's probably the problem why I didn't like Has-Been is because I watched it all in one sitting. But we'll do a Has-Been episode whenever season 2 concludes and we just do it all in one big episode. So then we can, just like we did with Hell of a Boss. So,
Yeah,
anyways,
so you know what I'll probably do is I'll probably over the next week watch like 2 episodes per week, and maybe then I won't be so fed up with the show by the time I'm done that I just assume it's bad again. Maybe that time I won't have to assume it's bad. I'll just know it's bad by the
no,
end.
shut up, shut up. Anyways,
I don't think I would be able to handle the 1v2.
I mean, hey, you don't know. Maybe I'll like Has-Been. Maybe
No,
I'll
I'm
like it. I don't know.
I'm making a joke. I might end up liking it if I end up watching it in a situation that isn't terrible,
Is
like
it?
the
Yeah,
like both times I saw it.
Anyway, so
it'll be like the Little Caesars meme. Man, this show is great when there isn't someone screaming in my ear that it's bad.
yeah. God, now I want Little Caesars. Damn.
It would be funny if I still didn't like it though.
That'd be so
Like,
messed
okay,
up.
don't get like. I hope that's not what happens, but it would. You can't deny it would be funny.
Sir, when you think that's a little funny, just each time it's just not liked. Anyways,
In fact,
um,
imagine I like it less each time. I'm
that'd be
gonna be less
horrible.
forgiving.
Anyways, so yeah, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and we're gonna do this like we did with X-Men 3, The Last Stand. We're gonna start at the beginning, and we're gonna go through. And the reason why we're doing it for these three, with we did it with Doctor Strange, we're doing it with X-Men 3, and now we're doing it with Origins, is because these movies are so infamous. I feel like we have to break them down scene by scene, instead of like going over the characters and the plot. So let's start at the beginning. So the beginning, we meet James Howlett as a young wee lad.
Yeah, apparently his name isn't even Logan.
Yeah,
That's really lame.
he gets it by the
That's
end.
totally not lame.
Which,
Also, by the way, the way he gets his other name is even dumber somehow.
at least the movie's good. God, at least
What do you
Logan's.
mean the movie's good? No, it
No,
isn't.
no, I'm meaning Logan's a good movie.
Oh, okay.
Not this. Oh God, not this. Oh my.
I have a cousin named Logan who I'm talking about watching these X-Men movies with. Like after I watch each one, I talk to him about it since he's seen all of them. And I was like, wow, that was horrible. And I sent him my Letterboxd review, which reads, the moment I saw Ryan Reynolds' name in the opening credits, I knew this is gonna suck. But at least somebody taped his mouth shut, so
Uh,
I didn't have to hear
See,
him.
this is the weird. Okay, we'll get to Ryan
Oh,
Reynolds later because it's super fucking weird. Anyway, so
yeah,
we see James Howlett and Victor Creed. They're like, "Oh, you're not feeling well," and then someone breaks into the house and just murders.
It is
Who?
apparently his dad.
Yes. Which,
For
by the way, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
it's apparently his dad who murdered his not butler father.
It's like it literally feels like a sitcom.
It, I'm not
It
gonna lie
feels like
to you. Oh, sorry.
it feels like something a sitcom that's losing ratings would establish. Oh yeah, by the way, this random guy is actually his real dad.
Yeah, and he kills him, by the way. And then, like, his mom gets pissed and it's like, what are you? When he becomes Wolverine. I'm like, better question, why did you hide his real father from him? I mean, I guess maybe because he's abusive, but, like, even then, like,
Probably because at the time period she'd probably be thought of as like
a harlot.
evil. Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway, so,
I mean,
like,
then again, he lives in Canada, not the U.S., so it wouldn't be as bad.
I mean, the British still had territory, still had territorial
No, that's true.
restrictions. Anyways, so So like James shows his bone claws, which, admittedly, pretty cool that we get to see Wolverine's bone claws. We haven't seen it in the X-Men movies because obviously he has the antimanium beforehand, but it's kind of cool just seeing them,
He
even though
got
they look.
meddled.
He
They
got
meddled with him.
they meddled with him.
Metal.
God. So Wolverine's like, no, I'm
I
evil.
thought you were doing an impression of Simba for a second.
No, weirdly enough, the no from this movie is way more realistic than the one in 2019, the 2019 Lion King remake. Anyways, so yeah, we get established like, and then like Victor, he's like, no, you got to be evil like me, and then we get like a run through his life, which if I have to give the movie one thing, I think exploring Wolverine's backstory is kind of cool. Too bad it's only in this opening.
They didn't really
It's
explore
only
it.
this opening that reminds me of the opening of Black Widow.
Well, I
Which
think
also, by the way, why did they? Why did they ever? I don't think they ever established why Wolverine has such longevity. Is it literally just?
why he has a healing
I
factor.
mean, I guess he has two superpowers already by default, being the healing and the claws. But like,
I mean, I think it
does
was.
longevity count as healing?
I guess.
Would that be like? Would that be like
No.
constantly repairing your cells so they don't age enough to where you get old and get like cancer and stuff?
Yeah, they
Probably.
can. Yeah, they explain he can live for a pretty long time. In another movie, they say that he gets too old, which is, I'm guessing, his
Too
life
old to order off the kids menu.
too old to order off the kids menu. Now, rather more of,
No.
he's too old to have his healing factor because his mutation starts to like, as he ages, the mutation also ages along with him, which we'll see in Logan. Well, yeah, because he gets to the point where I believe he can live to 200 years old, 200, 250. But like once he gets to like an age like that, and especially with how much he drinks and everything, it's weird. It's weird. We'll get to it when we get to it, but we're not there yet.
Okay, so he dies in like the year 2060, probably.
Basically. Anyways, so we then kind of get introduced to weapon. Oh yeah, so Wolverine fights in like a bunch of fucking wars. We see him fighting a bunch of wars,
The
including.
American Civil War, even though he's Canadian.
I mean,
I assume he went there just because his family is Canadian and they'd probably be looking for him in Canada.
yeah, he probably just moved down there to help fight in a war. So he fights there. He fights in World War One. Then he fights in World War Two. Then fights in Vietnam, which I kind of hate.
And that's when he sees his brother being a bad guy. Oh no.
Yeah, fucking killing innocent people, and then like he's like, Victor, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, I'm
Waiting
evil.
for them to play Gangnam
That was
Style.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
after they got recruited for.
No, this
the
is this is before, because then they get we then see them join Weapon X, which is now where we get introduced to our lovely cast of characters.
No.
Agent,
Teleporting guy,
AKA the
light bulb
AKA the
guy,
not Avengers.
gun guy, and
okay,
Ryan Reynolds.
out of all the characters, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like fucking Deadpool was like the weirdest one out of all of them. Cause like Agent 47, yeah, I can imagine them needing him. He's pretty important. I mean, he's a good
Deadpool
marksman.
doesn't even resemble Deadpool in this movie. What the fuck was that?
So, okay, we can talk about this real quick before we get into the ending part because oh my god. But apparently Ryan Reynolds was offered. Well, okay, during Blade Trinity, which by the way, shit movie by the way. Anyways, Blade Trinity kind of showed off like Ryan Reynolds is way more of a jokey guy than he is an actual serious role betrayer. And Wesley Snipes brought up how he should play Deadpool instead of playing Hannibal King, which would have been a better turnout because Hannibal King's way more serious, but whatever. So then he tried getting a Deadpool movie. He got the role of Deadpool in this movie, and they're like, and he's like, oh, but why don't they just wear the costume? And he's like, but they're like, okay, look, you can either have this fucking role or you can fuck off and we'll find someone else. And basically, he took the role, and bada bing, bada boom, whatever the fuck this was. But like, yeah, it was basically a decision from fucking, I almost said Universal, from Fox, which I think is really stupid. But then again, same people who brought us Fan 4 Stick, so
Then again, same people who gave us this movie.
yeah. So, anyways,
Again, yeah.
oh, sorry. What were you gonna say, sir?
Never mind. Just go.
Okay, so there's also Will.I.Am, who can disappear, which
I bet you literally forgot he was in the movie until Caroline mentioned him right
yeah,
there.
and then there's also Lightbulb Guy, who can mess with light bulbs.
Who can, I guess, make anything that runs on electricity work while it's around him, I think is the idea.
Yeah, basically.
Also, that being that guy must suck, though, really. Really think about it. That superpower is fucking terrible, especially if you can't turn it off.
Yeah. Well, I think he can, like, loot, like,
Especially if you like live on a desert island and there's just no light bulbs around.
If you can't turn it off, you have to actively make sure your bedroom has no light sources in it.
I think he can control it, but anyways, so they go on a mission to go to this country to find this weird metallic rock that apparently has animanium in it. And then
Ooh.
we get probably the coolest part of the movie. Deadpool, he's like, guys, I'm actually really quirky. And then he goes in, and they're like, just do your fucking job, dumbass. And he does. And it ends basically...
That's what I'd like to say to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, oh yeah. You'd be a great soldier if you didn't have that mouth, you'd make the perfect soldier. Like, you know, that line. Which is agreeable.
Yeah.
Anyways.
About Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. You'd be a great actor if you didn't have that mouth on you. Anyways, I do have to say, the fight scene with him swinging the swords was really cool. I think it looked neat. However...
It looked stupid.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, Roxy. That kind of comes par with the core, with the whole, like, I mean, he's the best sling blade person in the world.
He's the best sword. He's the best star pilot in the galaxy.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh my god, I don't want to talk about Star. Anyways, so we see.
We have to do Star Wars month at some point, though.
God, we got
You
so
search
many
your
months.
feelings. You know it to be true.
We always talk about certain months we need to do, but never do them. Anyways, so
We at least agree Star Wars would be a good one to talk
well,
about.
I mean,
right?
what? Like, how many days would it be? It would be 9 episodes
Yeah.
for each movie. I guess that wouldn't be too bad. I mean, what? How many are we doing for Harry Potter? 8?
8. Because I literally said we're not doing the spin-off movies. You can't make me.
Okay, well. Anyway, so then we meet, and then like they get the guy and they're like, "Tell us where you got this," and they're like, "Oh, we got it from some random village." They go to the village, and they're like, "Whoa, where is it?" And they're like, we can't tell you. It's sacred." And then they kill him, like legitimately just kills him. Wolverine's
that's
like,
where that was also Logan's breaking point. It was like, I've had enough of this.
out of all the characters, Logan's like the best one in this movie. Genuinely.
That's not saying much.
It's not.
But that's not saying much.
No, the best character in the movie is the old couple who dies because it reminded me of what I wanted to do after watching this.
Oh, true. So we cut to a couple years later, and Logan's basically like retired. I thought you were retired. Anyways.
My death was greatly exaggerated.
Anyway, so Logan's basically like, "Whoa, guys, I don't do this stuff anymore." And they're like, "Whoa, what do you mean you don't do this stuff anymore? You got to." Because like Stryker comes into his workplace, and it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Also, by the way, I don't like that Stryker is in this movie.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's talk about that. So in X2, we saw Stryker basically forced Logan into the Weapon X program, which was cool. And like we never knew why he joined the Weapon X program. This movie gave us such a lame reason why he joined, and it made me super sad.
He joined because Stryker killed his wife,
Basically.
Yeah, killed, quote
who was a
unquote.
paid actress,
Which
by
is
the
so-
way.
Now, I want guys, remember, I
Yeah,
loved
exactly.
the first two X-Men movies were so good. How did you fuck this up? They do redeem themselves with the Wolverine, though, I will say. Which is an actually good movie, but whatever. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, yes.
We'll talk about the twist with her later. Right now, he just assumed, well, she's dead, and like, let's join my program to get revenge.
Yep, they killed her. She's dead forever, never to
Oh
return.
no!
Which, by the way, she was killed by Victor Creed. Can we talk about Victor Creed being in this movie? So in X-Men
Yeah.
1, if we all remember, Sabretooth, like, Logan didn't know who the fuck he was at all. He was like, who's Sabretooth?
Which I guess technically still makes sense with what this establishes. But also what this establishes is that none of his character development matters at all
But see,
in
here's
this movie.
But here's the thing, though. Like, if he doesn't know who he is, Sabretooth doesn't know who he is either. He just wants to fight him. Like, that's the thing.
Why doesn't Sabretooth know who he is in the original movie?
Yeah, it's like, why even establish them as brother? Like, I looked it up to see if there's like a thing in the comics, but no. It even says that Sabretooth is in no way related to Wolverine.
In the comic I have, which is titled Wolverine, literally, like, Sabretooth is in the comic, but he's just a rival. He's not related. Which makes more sense that he's just a rival and not related, because...
Them being related feels like some shitty theory MatPat would come up with for clickpoint views.
Or, it's so weird.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. This guy has a red shirt on in this one scene. This other guy also has a red shirt on in this one scene. Could they be brothers?
No.
What?
Whoa.
Wow.
Because that's literally how every Game Theory video comes off to me.
Well, so, but I don't get why Sabretooth would be like, because, like, Sabretooth never really, like, Sabretooth always said, like, I'm gonna kill you for, and, like, by the way, he's not even, like, accurate to how we saw Sabretooth in the first movie anyways, because Sabretooth doesn't fucking talk. Sabretooth just
he
makes
also
roars.
He's
played by a
just a
different
mindless
actor?
brute who's there to
Isn't
get
he also
beat up.
Isn't he also played by a different actor in the original X-Men
Yes,
movie?
Yes.
and he looked way more cooler in the other movie. I'm not gonna lie. In this movie, he just looks lame and generic. Like in the
He just looks like a knockoff of Wolverine, which he is in this. To be
but like
fair.
what makes it cooler is the fact that he looks like he was in the Arctic the entire time.
Also, why doesn't Sabretooth have the powers he has in this movie and the original movie?
He has the extendo claws, but that's about it.
Ooh, pointy nails.
Like in the words of Ryan Reynolds, I don't have the mutation ability of a bag lady. Sorry, fucking hate that. Ugh!
Ryan Reynolds isn't funny.
Ryan Reynolds is only
he's
funny
funny.
whenever he's in Deadpool. I'm so
And
sick
Detective
of...
Pikachu.
I haven't seen him in Detective Pikachu.
When
Who did he play?
when are we gonna do an episode on fucking Red Notice?
I'm not watching Red Notice. Well, hey,
You should
whenever...
watch it. No, not Detective Pikachu, I mean. It's pretty good.
I haven't watched it in so long. Anyway, so Ryan Reynolds... Oh, fuck. So yeah, Sabretooth doesn't make any sense in the continuity of the X-Men movies anyways. Because, like, okay, remember how X-Men 1 and 2 were pretty consistent with each other in the plot and story that they were trying to tell? Because at the very least...
Well, then I guess that means that this movie followed up from Last Stand.
Yeah, because this movie doesn't keep anywhere near consistent with what made the other movies make more sense, which is so dumb. I don't get why they made Wolverine and Sabretooth brothers at all. Like,
I didn't even realize that was Sabretooth until you said it.
who? In this movie? Victor Creed? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Victor Creed goes on to become Sabretooth, which, by the way, not only played by a different actor, but also acts completely differently than how we first saw him.
Does
Which,
it and looks completely differently.
yeah, exactly. Like,
They didn't even get a guy who looks like him.
yeah,
Or,
like,
cast this guy who played him in the first movie.
yeah. They didn't want to do any of that because they didn't have the time or effort to give a fuck. Which is so stupid. The first X-Men, oh my god. Just remembering how good X-Men 1 and 2 were makes me hate this movie even more because they were at
But
the
you
very
know what they
least.
did have the time
Okay,
for?
these movies never get as bad as this in Last Stand again, do they?
Okay, so hold on. I will answer that and then I'll move on to Sir. I don't think they get as bad as X3 or Origins. Because can we all just agree this is worse than X3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least, with X3, Logan was kind of consistent. There was moments where he wasn't, but still. Anyways, I think Dark Phoenix is worse than all these movies. At least that's what I heard. I don't remember if I even watched it. Like, that's weird. I thought I watched it, but I don't think I did. So, anyways, I think I might have just watched YouTube reviewers talk about it. Anyways, okay, what were you
As I
going to
was
say, sir?
saying, you know what they did have the time and effort to put in?
What?
How he got his adamantium skeleton.
Oh yeah,
The thing we see
skeleton.
pop up frequently, like, but now it's full, which is kind of cool. Especially when the way they drill it into his
Body.
It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, did we need a further explanation for why he has this than what we already had?
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily bad to do. By the way, hey, just to let you all know, this ain't going to be the last time we see them completely botch. Okay, I'm going to. Slight spoiler: Wolverine appears in another prequel movie after this, and we see him in the exact same way we seen, like, you know the sorry, you know the, like, you know what I'm talking about. The, like, he's in the fucking facility getting his animanium. We see him again in this position. Which, stop doing this. It is another prequel. It's X-Men Apocalypse. They go into, I'm going to spoil it. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like First Class.
No.
Is X-Men Apocalypse bad?
Yes, but not as nearly as bad as X-Men 3 or this is. But what they do here, let me just tell you what they do, Roxy. So there's a part in X-Men Apocalypse where they walk into the facility, where like Stryker's fucking facility, and they're like, "Well, guys, this facility's crazy," and they see Wolverine in there wearing the comic accurate Weapon X helmet, which would be cool if this isn't set in the same fucking universe where we never see him wear it.
Stryker. I like Stryker a lot more as an antagonist when he wasn't everywhere.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot more when he was in one movie.
Yeah, because he had such a satisfying, or, like, not satisfying as in, like, you were happy that he died that way,
Right.
but such a good death. What were you going to say, sir? Sorry.
I was about to show Roxy. Here's what the Weapon X helmet looks like.
Yeah, they also use
What
him.
the fuck is that? That looks like the thing Flint Lockwood wears in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too.
At the very least, it makes sense because, like, that's comic accurate. The idea was they started from the base of his head and then it, like, all melted in, and it was used to brainwash him as well to forget his memories. Which, by the way, they do a better job
than
with
how they do
that
it in this movie.
Yep. They do it way worse in this fucking movie. Anyways, so...
Okay, look, I get it. Technically, it does make sense.
No,
the fact that
it doesn't.
No, I mean it.
Oh, sorry. Go
It
ahead.
technically makes sense in that even if he is able to regenerate, he wouldn't remember things. Like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That tracks with logic. Really unsatisfying from a writing perspective, though.
Hey, here's a better example. Just strap him down and make him forget his memories. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, like, even in my
And then
own
he wakes up, he's like,
comics, which
"My
I need to write
memories!
more of.
What have you done to my memories?"
But, like, even in my own comics, which I need to write more of. But maybe I will over the break. when I'm less busy. But even in my own comics, I have a character who can sustain damage like that because she's an axolotl, but like I'm not gonna have her just forget everything because that's really fucking lame and lazy.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if this
Is
is
that
the X-Men,
fair?
yeah, no, it makes a lot more sense. I hate how they do it in this movie. It's so lame. Why would you have it be where, oh, well, he forgets his memory because he gets shot in the head with an animanium bullet? Anyways, we'll get to that later because, God, this movie's has so many
Would it would it would
problems.
it be too hard to make it so that Stryker just captures him and like once again straps him down to a table and does another procedure like sort of like the one he did earlier? Because we know he whatever.
Yeah. If the
This is
idea was okay, hold on. If the idea was like the animanium bullet would like knock him out, then fine, whatever. But no, that's not what they do. Anyways, we're not there yet,
Yeah,
folks.
I just remembered the explanation they try to give it is like, yeah, his brain can heal, but his memories won't.
Which
No.
yes, that realistically speaking that makes sense, but you're trying to write a movie that's satisfying to people from a
Plot.
writing perspective. You're not trying to satisfy Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's not your target audience.
Gosh. Okay, so
Was that a needless stab?
yeah.
I feel like that was unnecessarily mean, but like
I feel like even
you get the
Neil deGrasse
point.
Tyson would be like, I think that's a little wrong there, buddy. Because, like, even then, you get shot in the head, you die. They show it in another X-Men movie that a antimanium bullet, like, if you get shot with an animanium bullet and you have an animanium skeleton, that will blow your fucking head off. Whatever. What the fuck ever. Anyways,
Actually, okay, it would be really funny. Obviously, it would never happen, but it would be really funny if we asked Neil deGrasse Tyson what he thought about this.
Neil deGrasse, Adam on Twitter.
He's actually all of our best friend. We know
Yeah,
him so well.
yeah, we know him so well. We've been buddies for years. Anyways,
Anyway, he escapes
yeah,
For a
butt
second, I
naked
thought you meant
out
Neil
of the
deGrasse
facility.
Tyson escapes.
Oh, no,
he
no,
escaped.
but he escapes and meets Mr. and Mrs. Disposable at the barn.
Oh, can we talk about that? So Stryker says like basically is like, oh, we're
AKA,
gonna. No, we gotta talk about what Stryker
AKA not
says.
super.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
I was gonna say also known as not Superman's parents.
Yeah, because they're not Mom and Paul Kent. Anyways, so motherfucker, when they, whenever Stryker's like Stryker decides it's a great idea to spoil what he's gonna do to Wolverine, which is basically like, oh, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him so good. Oh man, I'm gonna kill him so good. And
I
then
hate the Wolverine. Die, Wolverine.
yeah, and then they're like, and then like it like zooms into Wolverine's ear, like he fucking heard it or whatever. And he's like, I think he heard you. And he got up and he just mauls. One cool thing I can give this movie is I think the escape scene is awesome in this movie with him escaping and then, shh, shh, on the fucking.
Oh, we didn't even
what?
talk about the dumbass explanation for how Wolverine got his name.
Oh
Oh,
yeah! The
oh
fucking
yeah.
Choo Choo
Hey,
Magoo!
was it too? Hey, forgive me for thinking this. I assumed he was called Wolverine because he had giant claws, not because his girlfriend told him a fucking story about Wolverine.
I'm sorry. I thought the explanation was the fact that he was like, I don't know. It's so stupid.
Like a Wolverine, because
Yeah,
he had giant claws, and like a badger, he was fucking invincible.
yeah. Sharp like a badger, or sorry, sharp like a Wolverine. Like he was like a beast. He was an animal. Like it's kind of like how Batman got the name Batman because a bat flew into his house, and he's like, oh, dude, that'd be cool. Like it's so lame. That is actually a way how Batman got his name in one of the stories. I can't remember which story, but like that's true.
No, that gives off the same energy as like it gives off the same energy as the Star Wars prequels explaining where C-3PO and R2-D2 came from, where it's like, really? You could have just not had them in this story and it would have made more sense actually.
Hmm So we meet up with. We see his once we see his girlfriend dies, and then he escapes the fucking Weapon X facility, and he's like, "Oh, I need a place to stay." And we meet these young couple, which I will have to say it is
Young
nice.
couple.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. That's such a lie. Sorry, I'm trying to be nice. Okay, this old as fuck couple chilling out, and they're like, "Whoa, wowie, zowie, why are you in my house?" And he's like,
They just don't. And he's just like, oh well, I had a bad night. And they're like, oh okay, you want to fucking eat shit with us?
you
Yeah,
know,
and have stuff that our son used to have.
they were cool, but once they died, I was actually kind of sad. I was like, damn, the only likable characters in this movie that isn't our main protagonist.
Well, it's
Aw.
because they're old people, so you feel bad for them
Yeah, and
because being old
Wolverine
is like
discovers.
literally the worst thing ever.
I was about to say Wolverine discovers his claws in the metal claws in the bathroom, and I wonder how what was your shock moment to
What?
oh, that is so bad looking.
Okay, wait. So here's what I don't get. How did he not know he had metal claws when he escaped the Weapon X facility?
Maybe
He used them to
it's
escape. How did he not notice that? Could he? Oh,
I guess you could argue he's in a fit of blind rage,
yeah, but you would.
hyper
Oh, sorry.
tunnel, whatever. I don't know.
It's stupid still. I still think it's really dumb that he's like, oh wow, I got
This
these.
entire movie is really dumb.
I know it is. Anyways, so he shows the metallic claws, and he's like, whoa, bro, I got metallic claws, and then he fucking cuts steam, and then he's like, oh, I'll pay for this. I'm sorry. I will say this is the only good scene in the movie, but even then, it's still riddled with so many problems.
Oh, and speaking of bad effects, we see them get shot and this awkward zoom into him. And I literally
I
couldn't help
know.
but laugh.
Dude, this movie's edited like Bohemian Rhapsody.
The editing is general. It's awful. The shaky cam and the constant cuts with the fight between Sabretooth and Wolverine.
You
I could
guys
barely-
understand why I
I
think
can barely
this.
follow what happens.
You guys do understand why I consider this to be one of the worst movies I ever seen in my life. I consider this is the worst movie I ever seen, ever. Which, I know,
I can see why.
I know, a lot of people are like, oh, but this is worse than Multiverse of Madness, and I was like, yes, because at the very least, I didn't grow that attached to Strange because he only had one movie, but still, man, Jesus Christ.
Well,
Anyway,
he was still likable in Infinity War.
yeah, no, but I mean, we didn't they didn't give him a whole lot of time to build up to a full on love that I have for Wolverine, you know, because I
Yeah.
saw Wolverine in so much other things other than just the X-Men movies. As I said, the video game, but whatever. Anyway, so Wolverine is basically oh no, bro, these
Oh,
old people
no.
died, and then Agent 47 just goes or is it Agent 47? I think that's Hitman. I'll just call him that for the rest of the. Who
Yeah.
cares? It's Agent Zero, I think, but I don't care. More like Agent Zero personality. So he.
More like Agent Nero because I don't know, Little Caesars. You mentioned Little Caesars earlier. But then again, unlike whatever thing you think is good when somebody's not yelling at you, this movie isn't good.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the little bitch in your ear, except I'm not going to be because nobody likes this movie anyway, so I don't need
So
to.
Wolverine is like, "Whoa, guys, I need to get out of here," and then it leads to this cool. No, it's not even cool. Don't lie. Fucking fight scene. And he's like, "Oh no, they're gonna kill me if I don't get out of here." And then he takes down the helicopter. Somehow the agent survives, and he's like, "Bro, you're so cooked." And then
Then Michael Bay.
yep, then Michael Bay explosion, and we never see him for the rest of the movie. He's dead. Well, I mean, I would hope so. I mean, that wouldn't make any sense if he somehow survived that, but whatever. So yeah, Agent 47 got blown up in a helicopter crash. What a cool character who literally did nothing to impact the story whatsoever. All he is just a fucking loser liar guy. He's literally just a stormtrooper. Who cares? Anyways,
He's literally just like he's literally can't name a specific show on top of my head, but he's like one of those background grunt guys who's only there to sell extra toys.
he is a kingpin. He's a kingpin goon from Daredevil, the TV show. There is no reason to talk about him. So oh, go ahead, sir. You want to transition us
What
to
happens?
the next scene?
Is it the Cyclops gets kidnapped next, or is it the meeting up with John the Teleporter next?
No. It is yeah, we get to see Scott Summers.
Played not by the Donut Lord, which makes sense as it's a younger version of him.
Yep. Which, can I just say, I'm glad we get to see him, but at the same time...
But we already know he dies! Unceremoniously, might I add.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But, you know, hey guys, it's Scott. We all love Scott, right? Even though we literally did nothing with him in the fucking movies.
He's only here to mess up the continuity even more.
Because now the question is, because at the end, if you don't know, at the end of the movie, Scott gets saved. Yet my question is, how does Scott not know who Wolverine is, even though he saved his life? Like, I get he couldn't see
It looks
him.
exactly the same, too.
Yeah.
I guess, but didn't he have a blindfold on the whole time?
Yeah, he had like a thing. He had a thing.
It still has
blinding his eyes.
ears. He could have heard his name be spoken, and he could recognize his voice.
Yeah, I mean, Cyclops
How
isn't...
long does this movie take place before the main series?
1978, and X-Men takes place in 2000.
Okay, so it would have been 22 years, so he probably wouldn't have recognized him.
But still, I just
Or
think
at
it's
least
a little
not
stupid.
remembered him.
I still think it's a little stupid. He should at the very least remember the person who saved his life. Because, I mean, that is legitimately what Wolverine did. I feel like, because, like, I mean, not only that, oh no, we're not there to that point yet. So then we meet Will.I.Am and the Blob. Which, I will have to say, the Blob looks good. That's actually all practical effects, aside like when he jiggles.
I didn't even know he was part of the team until they explained it to me.
Yep. He was like, yeah, remember when being part of Weapon X? And he's like, well, the only person I know who has information is Blob over there. And then they get into a fight scene, which, by the way, Wolverine, if you really wanted information from this guy, show your antimanium claws. He can't survive that. Whatever. I mean, he literally threatens him with it later in the movie, so why didn't he just use that at the beginning?
It's like, dude, if you kill him, you're not going to get the information you want.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I would at least intimidate him and be like, hey, give me the information, or else I'm going to fucking open you like an oil tanker or something. But he doesn't, because... So yeah, they get into a boxing match. It's pretty uninteresting. And also, by the way, the entire reason why the fight started is because Wolverine talks like he's in the 1970s and says, come on, bub. He's like, did you just call me Blob? And he's like, no, I said bub. And then they get into a fight. Which
You literally just misheard what he said, and that's why they fight, which is fucking... Might be the dumbest excuse I've ever seen for a fight scene.
It is! Why would you get into a fight with someone just because he called you... Okay, calling you Blob would be a little bit of an insult. And, like, I get Blob is kind of a fucking dumbass. But, like, I don't think Blob would just go out of his way and go, oh, fuck you, man. I'm gonna fight you now because you called me fat. He didn't even call you fat. He just says... He literally calls you Blob. Or, no, he didn't even call you Blob.
Caroline,
he said Bob.
Caroline, you called yourself fat once. Are you gonna fight yourself now?
Oh, yeah. I always call myself... You know what? If myself heard all the shit I've been talking to it, it'd probably beat my ass. Anyways. So
Nah, because you've described yourself as an elephant furry before,
no,
so
shut the fuck
we
up.
know what
Wait,
you are.
since
That's a
when?
joke. That was a joke. Anyways,
I know what you are, Caroline.
you're a
You can't
liar.
fool me.
You're a liar.
Anyway,
So Wolverine.
She's
So they meet up
lying.
with-
Whatever she says, it's not true.
Shut the fuck up. Anyways,
yeah, they get the information they need, and they meet up with Gambit all the way in. Would it make more sense to meet him in Las Vegas since he's a gambler?
Yeah. No, I look. So, oh god, I want to talk about that. So originally, do you know who that was
Yeah.
supposed to be? Who played Gambit?
Who?
Channing Tatum was supposed to play Gambit.
Who?
I don't know who that is.
You guys don't know who Channing Tatum is? Here, I'll list off some movies about him, because I only remember him from one. I'm not going to spoil.
Isn't another X-Men movie?
Maybe. He was in Magic Mike, Blink Twice, Step Up, 21 Jump Street, Roofman, She's the Man, The Lost City. So, if you ever seen any of these movies... Oh, Dear John, The
I have
Vow, 22 Jump Street. Yeah, he's one of the main characters of 21 Jump Street. He's the guy who says, my name is Jeff.
So
That's-
why wasn't he casted in this movie?
Let me look up... I don't want to get this wrong. In X-Men. So originally, Channing Tatum, he was originally going to appear in X-Men Apocalypse, but didn't. He was going to play Gambit in X-Men Origins Wolverine, but I think he had like some other stuff to do, so he couldn't. So, they instead casted this guy, which he doesn't have the accent.
Yeah, I noticed he sounds incredibly off at points. Like he loses his Cajun accent.
Yeah, he's
I literally forgot who we were talking about. What's going on?
Gambit. Card playing guy.
Who?
Gambit, the guy that they go and see for poker. For poker night.
Well, oh, you mean the guy who shows up in the climax and it's like, I'm gonna save it. It's like, okay, we met you like 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Which Channing Tatum is that guy. Oh my god, this movie... I just realized they decanonized this movie at another point, but I'm not gonna... Anyways. So, I almost said Channing Tatum. So, Gambit's basically like, yo man, what's going on? And then Victor comes out of nowhere and fights fucking Will.I.Am.
Yeah, and somehow grabs him in the middle of his stomach while teleporting. Which wouldn't that hurt you too?
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, because, like, teleporting's so weird. So when you teleport, you're not there, but when you are there, and if someone's hands are there, could you just, like, not teleport there? It's kind of like in a video game how you can't respawn over other characters.
Could he not teleport after Sabretooth grabbed him for some reason?
I don't know. That doesn't make any sense at all. And then he dies. Bye. You were nothing. You
He
didn't.
died
help
as
at
he
all.
lived. Forgettable.
Yeah, and then Gambit runs away from Wolverine, and he climbs up the fucking stairs. And he's like, "Oh, I gotta get out of here!" And then Wolverine just starts cutting the fucking ladder, which is so horribly edited. It's unreal. It looks so goofy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Stupid ladder scene.
The editing is generally up there with Mulan 2020. It's the worst editing I've ever seen.
God. Oh man. So Wolverine's like, "Oh no! You gotta help me! You gotta help me! You gotta do better, Senator!" Anyways. So they escape and they're like, "Whoa! We gotta go to this island that has the Weapon X programs on there." And they go there.
Wow.
They go there, and apparently there are more mutants than Wolverine could have ever imagined. And then, huge plot reveal.
And apparently Deadpool was given all of their abilities. And he only
Somehow.
uses Cyclopses.
Surgically, which makes no sense.
No, he
And
uses.
he only uses Cyclopses.
No, he uses Cyclops' ability. He uses Wolverine's like kind of Andamanium, but rather than using them as claws, he uses it as
And he
his
uses
swords.
teleport guy ability.
Yeah, which
Wow.
Deadpool does canonically have. He does have it in the video game. So, which by the way, the video game's really fucking good. Really fucking weird though that. Also, in case you are wondering, folks, in case anyone gave a fuck, Wolverine is also the final boss. Or sorry, Wolverine. Deadpool is the final boss in the actual video game, but he doesn't wear the comic accurate costume. We'll get to Wolverine. We'll get to him later. So yeah, it turns out, wowie zowie, guys, she was a villain. Who?
She was the twist villain.
So lame.
Except not, because she's still a good guy? Whatever.
Yep.
So lame.
So dumb. Ugh, I hate it. Oh my god. So Stryker is like, wow, I gotta get out of here. And he does. And then, like, Wolverine fights this guy. Or not fights the guy, but he fights Deadpool. Or, well, wait, before that, he frees all the mutants. Including Scott Summers. Whoopee! Anyways.
Ooh, Scott Summers, Emma Frost, and some other ones. I don't know.
Who cares?
Which again, so like they escape, and we'll talk about this first. Professor Xavier comes up, and he's like, "Hey guys."
He shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey guys, I heard that there was like
Literally, the only foreshadowing is the fact that Cyclops is given mental instructions from him.
Mm-hmm. And he.
And,
Oh yeah, that I learned this today. So Scott's powers aren't laser beams. Like this isn't from the movies, but like from like the actual X-Men canon, his superpowers aren't fucking laser beams. They are
They're not?
they're little portals that open the punching dimension.
what?
Are you making this up?
Look it up. Look it up. I'm not lying to you.
What?
Is that a retcon or something?
No, it's a real thing. You can look it up right now. Cyclops' superpowers aren't laser beams. They're little eye portals that come from the punching ray.
You realize that literally sounds like a fucking Rick and Morty joke.
is
Because there's literally a joke in Rick and Morty season 3 where they try to kill somebody by giving him a rigged portal gun that sends him to the quote-unquote blender dimension.
Oh, God. So Wolverine and Victor fight Deadpool. Let's talk about Deadpool's design. Oh my God, is it?
Yeah, let's
fucking
finally
awful.
talk about this.
So
It's fucking
The
awful.
only good thing about it is that somebody stole Ryan Reynolds' mouth.
Here's the thing, though. Deadpool's supposed to talk. Deadpool's a wisecracking asshole.
His nickname is literally the Merc with the mouth.
Yeah, so look, as much as I don't like Ryan Reynolds, I would rather him stay comic accurate than whatever the fuck this was. Which, by the way, they had way more horrifying designs that were for him, which I'm like, so nobody was like, oh, let's actually give him a comic accurate, like, outfit, which they don't. But out of all, like, the people to make a villain, it would have easily been like, why didn't they just make Sabretooth, like, the main villain, and make him look like what he does at the beginning of X-Men? That could have at least saved some kind of face about the X-Men continuity, but no, they didn't do that because fuck you. We don't want to do that. They fight. Patrick Stewart comes up and he's like, hey guys, do you want to...
It's a me, Patrick Stewart.
Is it me, Patrick Stewart? Or is it me? I look green screened in.
Yeah, which, by the way, in the post-credit scene, I'm going to just spoil this now, I don't care. It's retcon that's not
Deadpool's alive.
Okay, not only is Deadpool alive, but the Patrick Stewart, or the Professor Xavier cameo isn't the same one we've seen. When you guys get to first class,
First class?
yeah, you all already probably know this if you saw like the poster for it. Professor Xavier looks completely different, so they retcon that. Oops. How did you forget to do that, movie? It's almost like they were planning a whole other idea, which we'll talk about here in a minute. So
It's almost like this movie fucking sucks.
Yes, it does, and I hate it. Oh my god. So Wolverine's like, all right, let's get out of here, woman. Captain Kaya, fucking whatever.
Kayla.
Kayla. Yay, they escape. Oh, but no, twist.
No, he loses his memories.
No, he lost.
What have you done to my memories?
No, he lost to
Memories,
Stryker.
bring back memories, bring back.
Man, how can you make a... You know what? Hey, X-Men... Hey, oh god, I got a funny joke. Hey, you know what, though? I guess this means that he's automatically better than Stryker from Hell of a Boss. Okay, I'm sorry.
A bit of a low-hanging fruit, but I'll pass.
Okay, sorry.
You're right, but like, so what?
Anyways, so Wolverine's like, I forgot my memories. Who are you, Gambit? Who is like, we're gonna get out of here, buddy, together. And they leave, movie over. Fuck this movie so much, man. I hate it. So, should I just tell you guys about what they were originally planning to do with
Yeah,
this?
I can tell them. I know.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Basically, the reason why it has the label X-Men Origins is because they were planning to do a whole series explaining the origins of all of our favorite X-Men. And this
they
one
didn't because this one sucks.
Yeah. This one performed so bad critically and financially, it was the only official Origins movie. Meanwhile, they took the script for Magneto's movie and just repurposed it to First Class.
Which, I brought up if this movie didn't exist and like hindsight 2020 and all, but like honestly, a X-Men Origins TV show would have been kind of cool, kind of like an anthology series going over every X-Men's origin.
Anthology with each of them being the length of a Stranger Things episode.
Yeah, like
That
honestly,
awesome.
the only Disney Plus show that would be worth watching. Which, by the way, fuck you, Disney, stop delaying Wonder Man. Anyways. So, at the end of the day, yeah, basically that movie killed all apparent hype for any other X-Men related projects. Like it, I guess.
The X-Men Origins series died in its first try.
Yep. Which, again, it's not a bad idea. It's just the fact that, like, Wolverine... Like, I would get wanting it to be about
Wolverine's origin is pretty much already explained in the movies themselves, though.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, if they wanted to, like, do, like, seeing him fight in World War II, or seeing him fight in, like, the Cold War, what the fuck ever, it would have been kind of cool. I would have liked to see what he was like before 1970. Like, before he joined
Okay, Caroline, he obviously wouldn't be able to fight in the Cold War because the Cold War was a proxy war.
No, sorry, I meant to say just wars in general that were before he became Weapon X. That's what I was meaning, sorry. But luckily, the next Wolverine movie they do, The Wolverine, is actually really good. So, I guess we got that to look forward to. We got a few other X-Men movies to go through before that.
I guess without this movie's failure, we wouldn't have gotten Ryan Reynolds to try and make his own Deadpool movie.
Yep. Which, didn't you hear that, like, recently it came out that he was the one who leaked the footage?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, okay, so...
I heard something like that in the What Happened episode. Like, the footage was apparently leaked before time.
Yeah, so Deadpool was originally going to be a movie, and it did become a movie, but originally Fox didn't want them to do it, and they said, no, don't make this movie, we're going to shelve it, even though they, like, recorded, like, test footage and stuff for it, And then basically after that, they they like Ryan Reynolds or like one of the people at the time, we didn't know who it was who did it, but it led to basically the movie becoming an actual thing, and yeah, and honestly, I think it's actually a really good movie. So, anyways, okay,
Oh, you mean the test footage for Deadpool? I
yeah,
thought you meant this,
no,
which actually did get leaked ahead of time.
yes, it did, and it looked like shit. Anyways, okay, do you guys want to talk? All right, I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. We're back. A
We're
tier
back.
listing story.
Wait, I already used that joke. Fuck.
A tier list story.
Oh,
Alright.
you're doing okay.
Yep. Because we didn't do it with Brave New World, Spider-Man, or Ghost Rider, they are here as well. So, what should we start with?
How about go in order? Ghost
Alright.
Rider.
Where do we put Ghost Rider?
F.
F?
Yeah, E.
Oh, poor Ghost Rider. Yeah, this was a bad movie. Man, we got lucky with all like the good X-Men, Fantastic Fours and shit. We haven't watched a good one in a while. I feel bad, but we will at some point, I promise. Yeah, I think this is as bad as Thunderbolts, which we gave Thunderbolts an E. Which, you know, might be a little harsh. Captain America: Brave New World. Feel like you.
We also give it an F.
You guys want to? You want to give?
I don't remember anything about this movie.
Roxy, you would really give Brave New World the same level of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
It's worthless.
I guess, yeah.
It's worthless. It has no value.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
I forgot. Doesn't Falcon just go through the same arc of, am I really worthy of being captain again and again?
Yeah.
Like, give him something new, please.
No. You want to see? Don't
You gotta do better, Senator.
Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man.
Good. I like it. A or S?
Yeah, A,
Probably
A
S.
Is it as good as the original X-Men? I think so.
I'd say so.
I think these two are like really good. I think that the sequels do better though. Like that's you got to do better first movies. Anyways. Oh, now here we are.
Now we're
X-Men:
F
The
tier.
Last Stand.
Could we put this one in F?
Yeah, I agree. This movie was awful. One of the worst continuations. We talked about it. Oh man. You gotta do better, me. I gotta fucking give us good Marvel movies. I promise I will. We will watch a good Marvel movie.
Not scientifically possible.
I made us watch a lot of... I didn't realize how many bad ones we watched. Oh, man. Oh, but the next Marvel product we're talking about is Inhumans. Fuck!
Oh, it won't be that long, right? You said it was like under 10 episodes.
It's 8 episodes, and they ain't that long. X-Men Origins Wolverine, baby. Where do we put this one? We all know. We all know. Damn. Don't worry, guys. We'll watch some good movies soon. Good Marvel movies soon, I promise. Oh, man. Alright, I gotta switch over. Alright, we're back. And now, I think it's time we give our final ranking. For X3, I think we already did X3, so... But
we didn't do X3's ranking. We're saving it for the end.
Okay, we'll start with Roxy for X3.
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. Sir, what do you give X-Men 3, The Last Stand?
2. At least it had Kelsey Grammer as Beast.
Yep. I mean, 1 out of 10. It's one of the worst superhero movies ever made for a reason. X-Men Origins Wolverine. We'll start with Roxy, then we'll go Sir me. Roxy, what would you
1
give
out of 10.
it? All right.
Uh,
Sir?
2, at least this had Gambit.
Yeah. I
Sir, you are way too forgiving. Give in to your dark side.
Oh, I have. Oh, you will. Well, this is before. No, we're recording this before Stranger Things, but
Yeah.
so from our perspective, you will eventually hear my dark side. What I have
Yeah.
to say about that.
Yeah, and you've already seen the dark side whenever that episode comes out, so. I genuinely don't like giving 1s out of 10s, because I think 1 out of 10s are literally for things that don't work. Like, for example, if the movie was literally released with buggy effects, like, Sharknado isn't even a 1 out of 10. Even though, I mean, sorry, a 0 out of 10. Because at the very least, I'm not, like, getting sick while watching it. But, with all due respects, this is genuinely the worst movie. This is the worst movie. And this is weird, because I thought that Pirates 5 would be the worst movie. I thought it would surpass this, but no, it didn't. Because at the very least, it wasn't this. I'm giving it a 0 out of 10. I find nothing willing for me to come back to watch it. If I want a good Wolverine solo movie that isn't Logan, the Wolverine exists. So there's no reason. I hate this movie. That's why I wanted to just get them both out of the way, so then we didn't have to waste any time talking about them separately. And then when season 4 kicks off, we got 2 amazing movies that we will be discussing. However, for now, Sir, you want to hit us with next time?
Right. Next time on the Vulture Culture Podcast.
Yep.
Well, we're still going upwards, but for now we're in the trench.
Yep.
As episode 53 will feature Rick and Morty season 3.
Yep. I hope you're happy,
second-
Roxy. Oh, sorry.
Our second.
What do you
television
mean? You
episode
wanted
was-
us to select bad things.
Yeah, no, that's true. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was me who wanted you. Yeah, but then going after that is episode 54, Shrek the Third.
Yep, yep, fucking pee. Yay, 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 yay.
And after that is episode 55, top 5 worst sequels.
I have been writing the days. Like, there are so many bad sequels that I want to talk about. I'm genuinely wanting to do top 10, but no, we're sticking with top 5. I'm not changing that.
There are definitely ones I'm eager to talk about.
Yep.
But for now, we'll end off
With-
this preview with a little bit of levity with episode 56, Crash Bandicoot 3, Warped.
No, actually, I think that changed. Sorry,
did?
sir. You got it outdated. We
You
are
gotta
talk-
do better, sir.
No. Senator. Anyways. I was trying to make it sound like sir and senator. Anyways. No! Episode 56. We go back to the pizzeria of hell. 5 Nights at Freddy's security breach.
Yay.
Yeah. Roxy,
You-
is that
We're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for levity.
Yep. Roxy, do you still think that's
But
one of the
change
worst
the
games
kind
you
of
ever played?
message then. It's outdated.
I am.
I think it's still one of the worst I've ever played, but it doesn't bother me as much as it used to.
Well, I mean, yeah, because they had to retcon it because they didn't know what they were fucking doing. Anyways.
No, I don't just mean because of that. I mean because it's a game I enjoy speedrunning.
I see. Let me send the new list. Because this is episode 52, so that should still be the same. Yeah, that makes more sense because... Okay. Oh god, sir, do you want to reveal... Can I reveal episode 57?
You mean 50?
Do you know what it is?
Yes, but we're saving it.
Oh, do you wanna
56
save it?
is the last one we announce.
Okay, we can do that. Oh god, Roxy, why are you still playing fucking... Why are you still playing that mode?
Because I died to a pogo zombie.
What? You didn't beat it yet? Oh man, that gives me enough time.
No, I already did beat it. It's just the achievement for doing it without losing a lawnmower didn't trigger.
That's stupid. Alright. X-Men. I'm free! I never have to watch these movies again! I never have to watch. I never have to watch.
Has presented Caroline with clothes. Caroline is free.
I'm free. I'm so happy. Oh god, I'm so happy. I never have to talk about X-Men Origins Wolverine ever again in my entire fucking life. Let's go! Anyways, sorry about that. I'm just a little happy. I'm gonna do my little Caroline victory dance. Ooh, ooh, ooh!
You're Mr. Boss Fortnite dance.
That fucking creepy ass dance he does in the it's like the smiling friends are saved. Anyways,
I am Mole Man.
That's going to be it this time on the Vulture Culture Podcast. Thank you all so much for watching, listening, or whatever it is you do while this plays.
just as long as it's not gooning, I don't care.
Actually, if you do, that's awesome.
Why?
Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be seeing you on the other side of the tree. Vulture related.
What tree?
Goodbye.
The tree that holds the vulture's nest, you dumbass. Goodbye!
Okay, no, hi.